Y'all listen, somebody, you have become the mother of, the lady of consequence. That's just the word that I keep hearing. Somebody has stepped into their season of consequence. Somebody is standing sovereign and fierce, and you are delivering nothing but consequence. There are people around you that have been wishing for the longest time, like something about how they were dealing with you, whether it was socially, whether it was romantically. There are some people around you in your life, in your circle, in your sphere. These people were hoping that, wishing that you had been maybe like born male so they would know better how to take your power. There's been a resentment for your power for a long time, okay? People wishing that you were someone else, that you were moving a different kind of way, maybe that you weren't so strong, or people that were not recognizing the fact that you were the one that were powering certain ships, certain decisions. You were the one making everything happen. People been trying to like say that you haven't been the one, that you haven't been the main one that's making it all go, that you haven't been the main one coming up with the ideas, drawing in the money. But the thing about it is that the way you carry yourself and the way that you speak now is making it difficult for people to ignore who you are and how you are. So we're looking at a lot of resentment because people are about to start having to pay the consequences of how they've doubted you, of how they've tried to say your power must have come from somewhere else, of how they tried to frame you as masculine because you had a lot of power in your mind. You were very strong in your mental clarity and energy. People are about to start paying these consequences because this is falling upon you at this time. I just keep hearing this, so I got to keep saying it. Lady of consequence, okay? People about to start paying through your actions for how they've behaved, how they've treated you. We see the rooster here. Come on now, spirit, with the confirmation. Again, baby, people, we keep seeing the same energy. For those of y'all that's been following along as we move through this. Arrogant, boastful. Baby, they finna start trying to gaslight you. You know who you think you is now, Madonna? Girl, listen, Madonna is the name that came to me, okay? So somebody is stepping into their energy of mother. Okay, mother of mothers. You are about to become the one that is saluted. You are about to become the one that people take their hat off to. You're about to become the one that people have no choice but to recognize. Recognize your sacrifices. Recognize that you've done the work. Recognize that you're the one that they need to go to when they need certain advice. And baby, instead of them giving you your flowers, they're going to say, you think you all that. They're going to try to paint you as a cocky rooster, as somebody that's walking around. Oh, you think you a bad bee. You know, they're going to try to vilify you instead of just simply saying, but you are the baddest, but you are the dopest. Low key, I couldn't have got it done if I hadn't heard from you. They don't want to say that. They don't want to say that. These people are going to try to tell you to get back to the basics. They're going to try to tell you, go back to being how you were. I liked you how you was. I liked you when you didn't say X, Y, and Z. I liked you when you was easier to get along with. I liked you before you started acting like a man. I liked you before, you know, and for some masculines as well, because we know gender, listen, tarot has no gender. Baby, some of y'all masculines are out here because of the way that y'all have been able to lead and have a balanced perspective. Folks are trying to say, oh, you're being feminine. They don't want to give it to you. What I just said. They don't want to give it to you. They want to say that you're being masculine, that you're in some type of mysterious masculine energy now. You who you think you are, you walking around here like a man, like you the one that's supposed to be running everything. You don't run nothing around here, because they do not want to give you your credit. I'm telling you. And you know when folks want to vilify a powerful woman, that's where they're going to go. They're going to start saying, oh, you know, you're acting masculine. You out of place. You out of line. You need to go home and have some babies. Some of y'all is finna turn into the whole, you need to be at home taking care of your kids instead of out here getting this money. You shouldn't even be thinking of no business idea. You need to be at home with your kids. You need to be worried about, girl, you sitting right there with your kids writing a business plan, and somebody tell me, you need to put that pen and paper down and focus on these kids. You know, whatever they can do to vilify. Whatever they can do to vilify. And there's going to be a lot of that weaponizing femininity in order to try to vilify. Y'all know what it is. We've been there. Okay. News is on the way, baby. News is on the way. There is a herald coming in. Somebody is going to announce something, say something that's going to break bridges between you and these people, baby. There's some bridges that's about to burn to the ground. Okay, cobwebs are going to be left in these relationships. So prepare yourself. Some of your relationships are going to end. They're going to end abruptly. This may have already happened for some of y'all. They're going to end abruptly. There will be nothing left but cobwebs. So we know that the foundation is gone. The bridge is gone. The conversation is gone. The people are gone. And it's going to happen suddenly. Okay? Suddenly. But remember, these people needed you. You didn't need these people. I told y'all this just a moment ago. These people was actually supposed to be coming to you, eating from your palm, learning from you. These people were supposed to be seeking wisdom, baby. Wisdom from you. These people didn't want to be somebody seeking wisdom from you. These people didn't want to recognize you as the high priestess of consequence. They didn't want to recognize you as that. These people, instead of recognizing that you actually did have something to offer them spiritually, instead of recognizing that you actually are standing in actual real, we're back to Saturn, high priestess, mother, energy boo, mother of consequence. These people really could have learned from you how to avoid various consequences in their life. They could have actually learned from you the subtle and quiet way to keep law and order in their lives. They could have learned from you how to rule, how to be in power, how to be somebody that can act in a militant way when need be to avoid spiritual accostaments and attacks, dark energy and hexes. Instead of them coming to you and respecting the fact that you are anointed in that way, these people said, I am going to undermine you, and I'm going to say that you are somebody that is rising up against me. I'm going to say that you are somebody that needs to be put in your place. I'm going to say that you are somebody that needs to be humbled. I'm going to say anything but, you know what, I respect what you could bring to my life. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say, unless you choose to kneel before me, I'm going to say you're just cocky, you done lost your mind, you a bitch, and I'm not going to listen. And that is going to be the downfall of some of these people, because your crown is real. It is such and it is so. And somebody is standing in their moment, in their time, in their season, okay, of royal authority. Baby, you are a star. You are a crown star. You are standing. You are rising. You are shining. And you're about to watch people pause. Crown, star, diamond, baby, you are the gift. Do you understand me? You are the honor, the respect, the guaranteed success, and the gift, and the precious gift. You are the precious, baby, high precious priestess. Did you hear me? But those that are watching you as sin right before them, watching you receive your spiritual gifts, they're going to frame you and they're going to say, oh, you know, you just think you this, that, and third. You think too highly of yourself. These people are always, I want to tell you how to recognize these folks. These are the people that love to throw spears, heartache over what you no longer have. These are Three of Swords energy types. And what they want you to do is they want you to always remember what you lost. This is how you recognize these fools, y'all. This is how you recognize these types of enemies to the divine collective. These are the ones that always want you to remember what you lost. Remember back when your car got repoed? Remember back when your child was sick and you lost your job trying to take care of your child? Damn, you sure strong. Because you know, those types, they always end it with good things. So-called good things, right? It's fugazi as hell. Oh, remember that time, you know, you had slipped and fell in that puddle and you were so humiliated, but you still had the nerve to go to work the next day. I really admired that. That type of shade, that type of slick shade, that type of hate. Remember that time you thought you was finna get married and dude left, but you know you still held it together like a boss. That type of hate. This is that type of hate. This is these people trying to bring you down because they don't want to give you the respect of saying, but you are the crown, star, diamond. Okay? They don't want to give you that. They don't want to go ahead and say you are literally mother, crown, star, diamond. They're not going to give you that. They don't want to give you that. They don't want to recognize your wisdom. And they also are in misalignment with the Most High because they don't want to recognize the fact that actually you're standing in their life in position to offer them some type of wisdom. There's also something about you and something to you where you're somebody that people would equate with the wild. You know, you do things a little differently. You're a little unconventional. You may have your own style, your own way you wear your hair, your own way you do your thing. And because of this kind of uniqueness about you, this person wants to frame you as an outsider. They want to frame you as weird. They want to frame you as not one of the cool kids. They want to frame you as like you're you know, you're like, you know, that table of kids in high school cafeteria. There may be a table of 10 kids, table of 12 kids, table of 8 kids, and then there's a table of 4, those 4 kids, and those 4 kids aren't even friends. It's just the table that houses the kids that don't have a crew to run with. And those kids some of them may love it. They're sovereign. They like, I wouldn't hang with none of y'all goofies. And then some of those kids, they may be in pain. There may be something going on at home. This person is trying to frame it, and shout out to those kids, okay? Kids that are outsiders, because that's really an amazing place to be in. It's a place where you can be touched by spirit and brought into your own individual space. If anybody looking at this is young, or even in your life right now, if you feel like an outsider, always embrace being an outsider. It's the place where creatives and gods live. So that's where you want to respect that space. And you want to have curiosity and ask spirit to lead you in that space. But this person is attempting to vilify that space. Somebody is trying to vilify in your life the fact that you are a creative, you are standing alongside the gods. This person is trying to make you feel as though you're an outlier, an outsider. They're trying to penalize you for sitting out in an outside space. This person is very jealous that you sit in the outside space. This person is very jealous because they don't understand. And so they're trying to demote you, okay? You're weird, you're arrogant, you're odd, you're boastful. You know, what's wrong with you? Why are you sitting out over there? And they're gonna keep trying to energetically lasso and rope you back into the table with all of the kids that are doing what all the other kids are doing. Who the fuck wants to sit at that table? They wanna keep trying to bring you back to that space. Somebody it's like they're the ringleader amongst the minions. And this is where they want you to be. And they will not give respect to the wilderness, to the outside, to the outlier, to the gods, to the dreamers, to the pursuers, to the creatives. They will not lend credence to those people, and they believe it is their right to bully and pick on the divine collective. It is their right to bully and pick on the chosen. It is their right to bully and pick on those who choose to stand amongst themselves. It is their duty and right in their mind to subdue and bring down God's people, simply because they don't understand why God's people don't want to just sit around and come to the foolishness, you know, whatever foolishness, chaotic follow energy they're in. So this person is very upset with you for sitting at an outside table, and they will not respect that space, and they're going to try to frame you as being problematic for that reason. This person is going to try to make you seem like, once again, this is that high priestess energy they're seeing in you. Instead of recognizing it as sovereign, as divine wisdom, they're going to try to frame it as you're keeping secrets. You know, you're secretive. You're hiding something. You're a weirdo with weird secrets. You know, you going weird. You know, I remember when you was somebody that didn't have nothing, and now look at you. You're weird. You're gone strange. You know, that type of thing. Okay, this person may also try to douse you in reminding you of sorrow from loss. Oh, I remember when you lost your cat, your dog, your uncle, your parent, your parakeet. You know, just anything that's gonna try to keep reminding you out there in that space that is for the divine. They're gonna keep trying to tap you out in that space and remind you, hey, psst, psst. Remember back here when you was back here with the rest of us? Remember the losses, the pain, the misery. Remember, you ain't so divine. You weird. You weird out there by yourself. Come back. Join the misery, the trauma, the drama. This person wants to bring you back in. This person is just a monitoring spirit in a sense. They just kind of want to watch you and kind of figure out how to rope you back in, okay? They also try to use the let's go get drunk. Let's go get drunk and have fun. Let's forget it all. Let's just go get sloppy drunk and have a good time, okay? Let's get sloppy drunk. Let's have a good time. Let's go out here. Let's just throw caution to the wind. You know, opportunity windfall. Hey, I got some money. Let's go out here, blow a bag, and just get into whatever, you know? This is what they use to create major obstacles and challenges for you. If anybody was to get back into the party life for this person, believe that party life energy does not belong in the space of a god, and it will cause you problems that it will never cause this loser ass person that's posing as a friend, okay? A sincere wish will be granted. If you fall back into this party life with this person or these distractions with this person, they will get away with just stunting your progress, okay, trying to get you to do risky things. Okay, we see eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. You want to remain like an eagle. You want to remain in the sky, aka you want to remain out of the jurisdiction of these types of karmic energies, karmic elements, karmic communities, karmic peoples who literally just target those that sit outside amongst the ones that's really the ones. You know what I'm saying? You know, these are people that you just want to kind of avoid. We see dagger, fear, worries, tense in situations. The truth of the matter is, this person themselves, they constantly have a knife in their hand, potentially to stab you in your back as opposed to taking the guidance. But the real problem with this, more than they're after you, is their own fear, their own tensions, their own worries, their own problems. This person has problems, okay? Their own problems. And they have a problem with acting like their problems are a reflection of who you are and your problems. So there's some projection coming from this energy. This energy is literally sitting inside the so-called party or the cool kids section that he or she enjoys so much, just staring out into the wilderness, watching and babysitting you. Well, how happy are you in the dimension that you're in if all you can do is use your energy to try to figure out what's going on with the divine collective, right? It makes absolutely no sense. So this person is sitting up fixating on you, your progress. You know, what are you doing? Why are you sitting there? Blah, blah, blah. And we see December, okay? And we see Bull. And we see Ram, y'all. Uh-oh, it's getting interesting. So we're seeing, first of all, nothing but earth and fire sign energy. We're seeing Taurus energy, Capricorn, Sagittarius, and Aries energy. So this is about the lesson that is going to be taught to this person, the consequences that this person is going to catch as a result of them basically just creating an evil eye dynamic in your life by hoping to drag you back into filth. And this person is literally just single energy, watching you energy spiritually, just trying to figure out, you know, feeling like you're strange, you're weird, you're ostracizing yourself. You know, this person it's such a strong energy of them trying to paint you as peculiar. They're perturbed by you. They are vexed by your individuality, vexed by your purity of heart, vexed by your purity of secrets. Somebody keeps secrets clean and pure. You have secrets within you that you just never tell, never share. Somebody does not know the pathway to your divinity. Somebody does not know the pathway to your exaltation or your wisdom. They don't understand spiritually how you are, where you are, who you are, how you are, what you are. These people, persons, he, she, they, the issue is their misunderstanding of what has walked you to the path that you are currently on. And consequence comes back to them by way, first of all, it comes back to them swiftly because we see a lot of fire energy. And it comes back to them by something is going to humble this person and humble them quickly and swiftly. We see nothing but fire sign energy. This person is obsessed with trying to understand the road to your divinity. It's like they don't understand. I'm literally seeing somebody standing there with their hands like this, and they are juggling numbers, and the numbers are just going through their hands like sand. This person wants to do the math on you, but they can't do the math. The Most High is not allowing them to view your path anymore. The Most High is not allowing this person to view your steps anymore, so they're not able to monitor you. Their vision towards you has been jumbled. Their vision towards you has been jumbled. This person has been watching your steps, being a monitoring spirit, keeping tabs on you, always trying to stay 2 steps ahead of your successes, your failures, and all of a sudden, I'm literally hearing that TV sound. Shh, you know what I'm saying? For those of us who remember when when you can just get static on your TV making that noise, but that is literally what I'm hearing. The signal to you has been scrambled for somebody. They are no longer able to zero in on you, hone in on you, zone in on you. Some demonic frequency that is with this person that I'm actually starting to think that is where the ego energy was coming from. Or was it a vulture? Something was like it was just zeroing in on you. Your energy is no longer able to contact you. in the astral or anywhere else. This energy is no longer able to get in touch with you, and it is still trying to do the math on you. There's very much a wait, what happened? Why am I no longer able to figure out what she's up to? Why is she no longer really telling me? Why are her secrets so clean and pure? I can no longer even get a bead on why she's saying what she's saying. All of a sudden, you know, I can't monitor her anymore. This person's hands are just losing signal with you constantly, okay? They are not able to get a clean view of you. And I'm promising you, getting a clean view of you is what and all they want. Somebody wants a clean view of you. What's going on? What are they doing? And it's not in the physical. It's more of an astral situation. This person is trying to figure out where your strength, where are you drawing your strength from? Where is it coming from? Where are you pulling it from? Who are you talking to? Are you talking to new people? Do you have new friends? Is there a new romantic interest in your life? Do you have a new job? You're not telling about where are you getting these secrets? Where are you getting this energy from? What's happening? What's going on? Why can I no longer figure out how to clock and manipulate you? We see Autumn, Watchtower of the West. Of the West. Of the West. Somebody. To them, you are now sharp. They're experiencing you as sharp and intellectual, and they don't know why. There's a sharpness to you that they didn't see before. I'm seeing like a silver blade. They're seeing you as sharp, okay? Watchtower of the East, Spring. This person is very confused by you because they understand that something in you has moved, it has renewed and transitioned and become something other. Mentally, you are sharper. What this person is witnessing is the spiritual initiation of somebody. Somebody has been deeply initiated into a new way of thinking or thought. Whatever that means, you have changed. You have shown up in new clothes. That's what I'm hearing. I'm literally hearing the emperor wears new clothes. Haven't thought of that in years. You are showing up in new clothes in a new way. Somebody is showing up in new garbs, in a new, you have a new armor. Somebody is like you are cloaked in all white with black shades on. I'm telling y'all what I see. And this person is perceiving this. This person is taking this in, and they're trying to figure out how to penetrate that white armor. What is going on? What's happening here? Your genius is not being exposed to them. Uranus energy, genius comes through in the reverse. Also understand Uranus comes through in the reverse. So this didn't hit this person overnight. They didn't get no sudden shock. This is like the tower in reverse, baby. By the time this person knew that you had been kabow, initiated, changed into something new, going up combustible like fire, you went straight up into another realm. By the time they realized you was in another realm, baby, you had already rebuilt the house. You was just a new you. Somebody saw the house combust and they thought, she finished, he finished. He burning like flames. But that was not the case for you. You didn't burn like flames. Somebody combusted, and it was a spiritual combustion. It was the refiner's fire. Somebody got the blessing of fire in their life. And that fire refined and refined and refined you. And now you have come out of Phoenix, and somebody is confused. Because they wanted to be fasted to you, hand tied to you. This person wanted to be a person that had some type of grips and control on you, that was in union with you. But now you are a foreign spirit to them, a foreign strength, a foreign fortress, a foreign empire, a foreign high priestess, a foreign crown. What we have, y'all? Crown. Come on, y'all. Y'all remember what happened? Crown. Star, diamond, okay? Something that they've never seen in you. But the most important thing is that they don't understand how you became this. They don't understand it because they didn't understand the fire. This person has been reveling in the fires in your life. This person has been reveling in the fact that you seem to always be on fire, not understanding the divine fire. This wasn't hellfire, baby. This was divine fire. This is the fire that phoenixes rise from. This is the fire that takes you from the bottom to the top. This is the fire that liberates. This was the fire that frees. This was the fire that creates queens and kings and gods and goddesses. That's not a fire he's familiar with, because spiritually he or she is in a different space. This karmic energy is in a different space. Our Lady of Growth Assured. This person is also stunned by the peace in your strength. You're just strong, okay? You're just holding that strength. This isn't, oh, I'm just got to be strong. This isn't any of that. Somebody is standing strong in their strength, okay? Standing strong in your strength. Intense strength. You're very intensified. Somebody is intensified and fortified and made solid on all four sides. Our Lady of Manifest Miracles, baby, it's a miracle. Somebody's spirit has gone from, they thought they knew you, to they don't know you at all. Okay, we see Lilith. It is a great mystery to them. You have become a great mystery to them, baby. Somebody is in Sphinx energy to this person. You are a riddle. You may find that this person has been asking you unusual questions, trying to pick your mind. If it's a karmic community, they're sending people to ask you different questions, trying to figure out where you work, what's going on with you on your job, when did you start working, how much money are you getting. That's because the bigness of you now is so mysterious to these people. They are experiencing you in great confusion because they see the fertility in you now, and your strength and your silence. You are now geared to Watchtower of the East, spring renewal energy. You are geared to produce and to manifest at great lengths, and they don't understand it. Baby, what I just told y'all. Prosperity. They don't understand it. Somebody's intimidated. Okay, they don't get it. Our Lady of the Star Blossom comes through in reverse. They didn't want to see that crown star diamond energy for you. They didn't want to see you blossom in that way. And now that you have blossomed in that way, this person kind of wants to see you fail. This person kind of wants to see you come out of that, but you are blessed with the triumph of the goddess, okay? So they're not going to be able to do anything about any of this. We see Mercury retrograde in reverse, reinvention in the reverse. I just told y'all there's nothing they can do to shift the direction of this thing. When it is so, it is so. And at this point, you have become wise counsel for this person. You have become somebody that this person really should be leaning into for their own spiritual survival, okay? For their own help and their own wisdom, but they can't do that because this person covets the power of the gods, of the outliers, okay, of those that are in righteous energy, and they're trying to reframe you as arrogant, untouchable, and out of your mind. I promise you that. Okay? It's just what it is. This person is somebody who maybe just, they live in trauma and wanted you to live there too. That's what we saw. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Because at this point, because this person is trying to vilify you. This person is basically evil eye energy at this point, looking out into the dimension of which you exist, where you are bothering absolutely no one. I keep seeing this person just peering off into where you are, and they're just desperate, peeking through the bushes, so to speak, trying to figure out, you know, the astro bushes, if you will. They're desperately trying to figure out the riddle, the key to what? To what? This person wants to figure out how to get back close to you. Knight of Wands energy. How could they get back close to you and get back close to you quickly so they could create some type of judgment? Okay, y'all already know church bells ring when judgment comes to the building, okay? Okay, so they could, we got lucky with the bell, y'all didn't fall apart this time, so they could figure out how to create some type of judgment in your life, in your world, okay? This person would try to come back in like it's all good. Yes, friend, hey friend, you know, we here, we celebrate and everything is so great and so good. This person brings with them strife. They bring with them jealousy. They bring with them obstacles. They bring with them arguments. They bring with them mockery. They bring with them questions that are framed as goodwill that are actually there to abuse. Okay, this person comes with the spirit of questions in particular. This person tries to make you question who you are. This is a person that you will say to them, hey, I just decided to quit that job. And they're going to say, are you sure you're somebody that can get another job? You know, I decided that my son should come out of that school. Yeah, but are you really sure your son is really ready for a school that's out of that? You know, they're going to always try to talk you out of those spaces where spirit is leading you to elevate, because this person is trying to figure out what spirit is leading you. They're obsessed, okay? And they're not willing to accept defeat. Four of Cups energy. They want to know who is leading you. They want to know because this person wants to keep you bound to them. This person wants to keep you bound to them in the dark night of the soul energy, where they pretend that they are there to be a friend, to be a comrade, to be somebody that you may be in romantic interest with, or just a great friend, or somebody we go out together, we have laughs, we talk, we share a little glass of wine, you know, we get in the car, we ride out. Yes, we have a good time. We go out, we talk, we do our thing. We both look good. We feel good. It could be sexual energy. You know, we get out here and we just manifest together, having a ball, having a good time. This person is actually not promising you anything. This person can't even give you a good time at this point. This person will come back and they will try to promise you, we're going to be back out here. Yeah. We're going to be in the streets. Girl, we finna be back outside, man. Whole season. Okay, just trying to drag you into some foolishness. And when you really look at it for what it is, I want you to know something about this person. This person is coming back to you with housing insecurity. This person is coming back to you with little money in their pocket. This person is coming back to you with a lack of value, security, and understanding. This person is coming back to you because their security is in chaos. This person is coming back to you because every place that they knew to go and get shelter in their life, every place they knew to go and get help and go to get somebody to feel great about them. You know, they using this person for their energy. They using this person. They using their mama for love and encouragement when they know they a dirtbag. They going to church lying to the pastor. They going to the job trying to make the boss think they're not the person that's stealing out the drawer. Whatever the case may be, every place where this person knows to go and get some type of false sense of security has turned cold on them. Okay? Every single place. They don't have the security or the money to create the illusion of success that they once did for you. This person is actually in the background borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, okay? This person is actually in the background trying to get a new beginning because they're borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. This person is trying to get a loan of some sort to get them back on their feet. This person is trying to get a loan or something to get them back on their feet, and this is the only plan for a future that this person has right now. To say, hey, maybe somebody give me a loan, somebody put me on my feet. Somebody will pull me up off my knees, y'all. Yeah, but they'll come back to you and be talking like, it's gonna just be like old times. Don't fall for that. Okay, this person is now in a situation where they may be trying to hold on to any little bit of momentum they can to make themselves look like the person who had the money, the fire, the sex appeal, but it is not real. It is not real. It is all fake. This person is coming back to you upset. This person is coming back to you in challenges, and they're going to try to come to you and bring you back in, but I'm telling you right now, in all actuality, you are going to end up being a bit of a bitter pill for this person, okay? Because remember, this time you are in your season of consequence. People around you that play these types of games, that want to monitor you, that wanted to come for the gods and the goddesses, for the divine collective, these people are going to feel the consequence of attempting to be a problem for you. They're going to feel the consequence, whether you want them to or not, whether they want to or not. They're going to feel that consequence. They're going to feel that breaking of the heart, because when these people get back close to you, you are going to violently separate from them. And it's not going to be on purpose. It's going to be because of the strength and where you are. These people are not going to be able to come back around you and play these games and try to question you into thinking you're arrogant, and try to question you into thinking that maybe you need to rethink everything. You know, you're thinking too highly of yourself. Maybe it ain't no good time for you to get that car. You know, let's just kick it. Let's just hang out. Whole time they're lying about their resources and what they can do. And these people are going to come back in contact with you. But just the force field of who you are at this time, the force field of what you're able to produce, okay, in your spiritual energy at this time, this type of karmic energy is not capable of existing around you at this time. They may want to, they may hope to, they may wish to play their little games, but they're not capable of existing around you at this time. So with that being said, there's going to be a volatile ejection of these energies when they come back around you, and your energy is going to diminish these people. It is going to diminish them. It is going to humiliate them. And it's going to be in your stillness, Miss High Priestess energy, Mr. High Priest energy, that you are going to be the most potent. It's not going to be what you do say that violently removes them from your life. It's going to be what you don't say way. It's not going to be what you do feel that violently leaves them feeling the chill in their thoughts about you from their life. It's going to be what you didn't feel. It's not going to be the chances that you did take to make them happy. It's going to be the chances you didn't bother to even think of to make them happy, okay? It's not going to be the commitments that you do make towards them. It's going to be the fact that you could care less about making a commitment at all, okay? I used to give up, now I give up less, okay? It's going to be what you didn't say. This is going to be the ultimate consequence for these people, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit, for the confirmation. We see that Saturn energy come through once again. Y'all know we on Saturn heavy right now. This is going to be the ultimate karmic oh wow moment for these people. It's going to be the moment that these people realize that it is not with your voice or with your words that you're able to humble these people or teach them the lesson that they refuse to learn the righteous way. It is going to be with what you do not bother to say at all. It is going to be the death of your words. It's going to be the lack of use of your sword. It is going to be the lack of use of your strength. It's going to be the lack of use of your wisdom. These are the things that are going to leave these people in a kind of dead zone, okay? They're not going to receive the wisdom. They won't be able to eat from your table. This may be a narcissistic energy as well. This is karmic narcissistic energy that expects to be able to eat from you, eat from the divine collective, eat from us, eat our wisdom, eat our manifestations, eat our, fertile energies, eat our creativity, eat our godhood, eat everything that we have to offer, walking away with a full belly, having used nothing but tricks to suck from the divine collective, okay? But this time is a no, and it's going to be the fact that you give no energy, okay? Gray rock, nothing, okay? Gray magic, baby. You're leaving these folks mystified at the hangman. This karmic community is going to be left stuck, confused. Why didn't she say this? Why didn't she say that? They're going to be left stuck and confused, okay? They're going to be left flattened, okay? There's not going to be anything these people are going to be able to do to come against you because you give them no energy to come against you with. That will be their ultimate consequence. Somebody will cease to exist in your world. You will make these people vanish energetically. And this is very bad for them. It contributes to them being in this Five of Pentacles impoverished state mentally, spiritually, because this is an energy that was eating off of your energy. That's why this energy was so desperate to figure out where you were getting your food from. Where's the strength coming from? Why didn't you burn down in that fire, that trauma, whatever went down in your life? Why are you walking around here like you some rooster? You ain't all that. You ain't all that. But you are. And it's going to be what you don't say that's going to let them know that you are now standing in full on. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. You're standing in full on action and self-discovery, okay? You are standing in a position now where you are able to create the right tribe for yourself. You can now bring towards you a tribe of others that are at your frequency, magician energy, people of action, people of thought, people moving quick, people who have the instruments and know how to use them, people that are gifted, people that are confident, people that are not walking around leeching off other people, spending all their time peeking at folks' blinds, trying to figure out what's going on with them and what their spiritual disposition is. How come I feel like, okay, don't nobody got time for that, okay? They're gonna watch you stand alone in your sovereignty, okay, and get where you need to go. You are the divine and you have received the message. Page of Wands energy. The messenger has come to you even as you were standing alone, which brings me back to what we said in the first place, right? Which was that this person is trying to figure out where your strength comes from because you appear to be standing alone. But you have your ancestors. You have your divine collective. You have the Most High. This person doesn't know anything about any of that. You are divinely protected. This person cannot cross your path after they experience the grand consequence, which is they're going to show up with their karmic community foolery. Hey, I got some money, girl. Let's get outside. Oh, yeah, let's get back together, boo. Let's do this, that, and the third. Hey, bro, don't you miss this? Whatever this karmic community energy comes with, they're going to come back to you really without the tools that they even need to pull it off. But they're going to come to you lying, pretending to be some big shot, This person does not have any real tools. They do not have any of what they say they do, but this is how desperate they are to try to weasel their little stinking behinds back into the collective. And you are standing in sovereign wisdom. You will not be available for what they're trying to do. And it is through your silence that you will be the high priest or priestess of consequence for this lost energy. And this is what is going to humble them. And it's going to humble them quickly. Remember, fire and earth energy is their consequence. If you have enjoyed this Divine Feminine Tarot tea, girl, please go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Okay, do not be afraid to come through the building, girl. And when you do what? You know you're supposed to hit the bell. So you can be here every single time. Me and the T-Team are off up in here, getting in with all of these good old tarot messages. Okay, listen here. If you would like a personal reading from me, girl, yeah, please go ahead and hit me up at dftarottea@gmail.com. Also, if you would like to let me know you are still in the building, do not be afraid to go ahead and put a little smooth, little crackle and pop of a 3936 in the comment section, because it was exactly 39 minutes and 36 seconds when I said what I said, Okay, also, listen here, girl. Y'all know my schedule has changed. Okay, so I have not been as frequent on the Patreon or the Letters We Burn, but we still out here. I am still gonna have to get back. Y'all schedule is just crazy, but I want to thank every last one of y'all for y'all support. Y'all know we still rocking, we still T-Team for life. What it do, okay? Also, if you would like to send a little love offering, okay, thank y'all to those that do, over to dftarottea, girl. Give a little support to this channel, girl, so your girl can buy a little cheese to put on her bratwurst. You feel me? Little bratwurst, little garlic olive. Y'all think I be playing, baby. I be tearing it up, okay? Little garlic olive, little bratwurst, little cheese. Go ahead, send a little love offering, little cheese offering over to dftarottea at Cash App or even PayPal. And as always, I will catch y'all in the next one.